I got JDM, and I don't want it to be. I think better for business. I think better for the three of us is probably if Prates goes out, beats him, and lights up a cigarette and calls out McGregor. But JDM really is something special, and he stubbed his toe. We really saw how great Islam is. I'm just not convinced that JDM isn't the next best thing. I think JDM wins in a decision.
When I break down this fight and I start trying to figure out who I believe is going to win, I think it boils down to one thing. I think it boils down to which fighter can mix it up. I think that Jack Della is just going to lean primarily on his boxing, but I see Carlos Prates using all of his weapons. I see him using the kicks, the knees, the elbows, the punches. I see him really using all the variety in his striking arsenal against Jack Della Maddalena's boxing. I mean, Jack Della's got low kicks, but he primarily likes to lean on his hands. I think that this fight's gonna go 5 rounds, but I think it's gonna be Carlos Prates' ability to mix it up with the striking, having the strikes to stop Jack Della's forward pressure, and having an answer for Jack Della's entries into the pocket where he does his best work. I think all those things, you put that together, and I think that leads to Carlos Prates winning this fight.
I think that this fight to me favors Jack Della Maddalena because he can wrestle a little bit. He's got the grappling a little bit. I think he can expose Carlos Prates once they hit the ground. If he's on top, on the bottom, he can look to probably try to sweep. I think he's overall the better fighter. But what I didn't know was this until I saw them face to face. Prates is huge.
Huge. He's massive. He is massive.
He is so big.
Obviously, you know what you're getting with Carlos. Southpaw, long striker, straight shots, knees, very mean on the feet. With Jack switches stances. Jack has really good offensive wrestling, defensive wrestling, grappling's really good. I think he just has more ways to mix up this fight. Hopefully, I think Jack has big power too. I'm hoping that he doesn't go in there and just exchange with Carlos because he could get clipped. But I think if Jack fights smart, mixes it up, I think this is his fight to win. I guarantee you Jack wins this fight.
I think as a general rule, JDM wins rounds and Prates wins moments. And moments beat rounds in mixed martial arts. So again, I'm very curious to see what JDM's boxing looks like now that he doesn't have to worry about fighting a guy who grew up in a singlet. But also, JDM hasn't been knocked out in over a decade, and Prates hasn't won by anything but knockout since before we knew what COVID was. So something has to give here. I think what gives is over the course of 25 minutes, Carlos Prates can find that opening.
Prates and JDM, what's the thing that's going to happen between them in this fight on the stand-up is the question. Can JDM stand with this guy if it's a pure stand-up fight? I personally think his gift is going to be the mixture
100%
of the two.
True mix.
Even if you don't have the best double leg or the best single leg, just attempting it is a huge thing. And that's what Hokit just did to Blades.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. He didn't really finish any of the shots, but those threats get Blades
level
to do
change,
this. And what does that set up?
Boom. Yeah.
Because they're going down. The hands are having to adjust defensively. So I could see JDM using that and getting a step ahead of Prates. However, if he stays on the outside and fights a pure kickboxing match with Prates,
it's gonna be a tough night. Sniper,
you could do it. Don't get me wrong. I think he's sharp enough, but it's why would you mix it?
Even though Jack's known for his boxing, I don't think this is the type of fight where he should look to be hey, let's go toe to toe and let's see if my boxing can beat out your Muay Thai. I think he's got to use his grappling. But to me, that's why I think I'm favoring Carlos Prates in this. Now, again, it's a close fight, but I just feel like Carlos is probably going to lose some rounds along the way. But gosh, man, that size and his power and his ability to change things in a single spot, I feel like over the course of 5 rounds, he's got a really, really good opportunity to find something.
Jack, I think, wants to come back strong, get a great win in his home country. And then Prates, some people may be questioning, is this guy buying into his star status? Is he maybe taking his foot off the gas with training and all that stuff? I don't think that's the case. I think he is very close to a title shot. So coming up big in enemy territory would be huge for him in his career. I think Jack is fantastic. I think there's some value on his side, no question about it, especially if he's the guy that's moving forward. But it's going to be really difficult to do against a long, lanky potent striker like Carlos Prates. So I'm going to go with the Brazilian here.
I mean, it's an interesting one, dude. Like, Prates to me is not as slick and is not as well. He's pretty slick, but he hits harder. But to me, he's not as complete a fighter as JDM. JDM does get hit a lot though, and so Prates' power is unforgiving. My feeling is that JDM has more ways to win it, and so I would give a slight lean to JDM, while fully recognizing that Prates here is could easily play spoiler. So slight lean to JDM is what I would say.
Jack, pretty beautiful boxing, excellent footwork. I think the main differentiator, and I think we'll both agree on this, he probably hasn't got the raw power. I'm not saying he doesn't hit hard. I'm not saying that he can't finish.
He's got combos. And
he's got combos.
And he goes to the body.
He's got slickness. He goes to the body. Whereas, of course, he's got power. But Carlos has got that one-shot kill ability. Just ask Leon Edwards. I mean, what a knockout that was.
You know what? I'm not only taking Prates here, I'm taking him by stoppage. And I know what you're saying. Well, we haven't seen JDM get lit up on the feet like this. No, we haven't. And yes, he'll be fighting in his backyard. But what is JDM going to be looking to do here? Put everything that happened to Makhachev behind him. Sometimes that can lead to over-aggression. Sometimes that can lead to taking chances. And when Prates brings in a 2-inch height advantage, but even more important, the 5-inch reach advantage, I didn't think he was going to KO Leon Edwards, right? I didn't think he was going to walk through the opponents he did. I like to ride momentum. I'm going to go Prates in this one. But boy, is this a well-matched main event that could go either way with so much at stake for both fighters.
Even before the fight was announced, I went to UFC Sydney, and just speaking to the fans, a lot of the fans were pretty keen to see me fight Carlos. So I think it was a fan-friendly matchup that a lot of the fans were interested in. So I was pretty excited to give that one to the fans and be involved in a big fight that people are excited to see. I think I'm going to take him out 5th round. I'm going to get the finish deep in the fight.
Carlos Prates, obviously one of the Fight Nerds, fan favorite. Everybody loves the Fight Nerds. Just came off of a big win, knockout over Leon Edwards, Jeff Neal. The spinning elbow was crazy. He's on a 2-fight win streak. He did lose to Ian Gary, but honestly, he came in strong in that last round. I mean, this dude is learning a lot, especially in the UFC. And I'm gonna go with Carlos Prates on this one, man.
I'll tell you now, I think this is a tough matchup for Jack Della Maddalena. Yeah. He's a guy that relies heavily on getting on the inside, right? Because he's a beautiful combination work guy. He'll throw his jab, he'll throw his overhand, then he'll dig the body, he'll look for an uppercut, he'll push against you, a dirty box, and find these beautiful angles. You've got to find a guy that was willing to dance like that, and that's not the way that Prates dances. Prates is 6 feet away, and then next thing you know, there's a knee coming 6 feet high, or there's a head kick by a left punch. He's so sneaky and so smooth, and if he doesn't allow Jack Della Maddalena to get into that mid-range, it's going to be possibly a tough night. We might have to see Jack really press the action and put himself in harm's way. And
Jack Della Maddalena and Carlos Prates are fighting in a main event on May 2nd in Perth, Western Australia. It's a pick'em fight right now. I certainly expect 3-name Jack to bring his best, but how anybody holds up underneath Carlos Prates' power over 25 minutes, I really don't know. There are a lot of intriguing guys who I think are going to respond in kind.